Checkity check, check, check.
And
no.
And we're going to check, check, check. And we're going to check, check, check.
Yeah, you're here.
And we're going to check, check, check. No checking. This is a no checking game.
Yeah.
No checking allowed in today's check.
Check, check.
There we had it.
For a minute. Might be there. Now it's a check, check.
Leave it right there.
Don't touch don't touch anything. I'm not even going to take my headset off.
Good.
Check, check.
Ho, ho, hum.
New player.
Really? She any good? Good, good. Good afternoon, Mix 96.1. 6 minutes out.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Maxey Hall Ice Rink for today's women's hockey contest, featuring the SUNY Plattsburgh Cardinals and your SUNY Hawks. As SUNY Ice Rink athletes, we ask fans to support the goals of good sportsmanship.
This girl's pretty good at the PA. She really is.
Yep.
Consistent, clear. Palamita.
Starting at defense, number 27.
Palamita.
At defense, number 5.
Might be on here.
Forward, number 20. Nicole Lunsford. Forward, number 34.
Palmeda, I'm not sure.
Forward, number 18. May Olshansky. And goal for the Cardinals, number 1. Ashley Davis. The Cardinals are coached by Kevin Poole, assisted by Julie Duquette and Cassie Abbott. And now let's stand and make some noise for the starting lineup of your Potsdamer! Starting on defense, up the freshman from City, New York, number 16, Rachel Hay. On defense, a senior from Potsdam, New York, number 12, Alex Gray. At forward, a junior from Lawrence, New York, number 5, Rebecca Hall. At forward, a senior from Auburn, New York, number 3, Megan Tina. At forward, a sophomore from Tonawanda, New York, number 8, Sarah Barrett.
All right, message received.
Ending goal for the Bears, a junior from Auburn.
We'll get back to our standard way of doing things. Give you a 10-second countdown near the end of the American anthem.
The Bears are coached by Greg Meany, assisted by Olivia Cook. Today's
Or
referees
one
are
anthem, whatever.
Robert Schaefer, Linesman are Jason Perry, and Travis Hansen. Please join us in the silence for Lee Cosby assistant athletic trainer Alex Burbank. An integral part of the Bears family, Alex succumbed to her 5-year battle with brain cancer on Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. Birkin, 29, worked for the college since 2015. She survived by her mother Charlotte, sister Megan, and husband Brandon Cousin, reunited with her father Christopher, who the family lost to cancer in 2016. Birkin worked with numerous care teams and in addition served as an adjunct professor for nearly 2.5 years. When diagnosed, she continued to work, despite repeatedly traveling long distances for treatment. Birkin made the athletic department a better place to be with her kindness, compassion, and work ethic. She is loved and respected by her athletes and colleagues. Alex will be greatly missed. Alex loves to read in her spare time, accompanied by a coffee in the morning or a glass of wine in the evening. When she wasn't reading, she enjoyed Disney movies and true crime shows. Most of the time, solving who the killer was before the show was over. Alex was a cat mom and enjoyed all animals, especially seeing She lit up any room that she walked into. Alex Bergen cared for everyone she met. She was intelligent, passionate, and loyal. Those involved in athletics at Potsdam know how many lives were bettered by Alex and her personality. Alex enjoyed the Potsdam community and loved her athletes. She often come in early to chat with colleagues and support the teams in action. The athletic training room will always have a void, but we're so blessed to have Alex as a part of our family. Rest in peace, Alex. Watch over our athletes. We will never forget you. Thank you. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Okay, stand by for your 10-second lead-in in a couple of moments. Billboard, please, in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Potsdam Bears hockey here on Mix 96.1. I'm Warren Potter, joined by the coach, John Horn. This afternoon, the dreaded Plattsburgh Cardinals are in town to take on the Potsdam Bears in NEWHL Women's College Hockey.
Well, here they are, Plattsburgh Cardinals, the gold standard in women's hockey for a good long time here. A couple of blemishes on their record this year. They lost to Wisconsin River Falls earlier in the year, and also not necessarily an upset, because I saw this club last night, but SUNY Cortland beat them 2-1 very early in the year. So that's a league loss that doesn't happen very often for Plattsburgh. Last night here at yesterday afternoon, I should say, here at Potsdam, the Red Dragons of Cortland beat Potsdam 4-1. They had a couple of power play goals later in the game. Really good hockey game here. Goaltending good at both ends, but Cortland is a force to be dealt with this year. So good hockey team, and another good one here today.
Indeed, as we are underway, Ellie Zerflu in the net for Potsdam. At the other end, guarding the cage, is Ashley Davis. Both players wearing number 1 on their unis. Potsdam wins the opening face-off, plays it into the Plattsburgh zone. That's where the Cardinals will check back on defense, and they'll work it around for Francisca Katarina. And now they enter the Potsdam zone. Offside is Unsworth, so they'll bring it back out to center ice for another faceoff.
Ellie Zerflew in the net for the Bears here this afternoon. Yesterday afternoon, Magali Perron played very, very well. Got beat a couple of times onto the glove side up high, but she had a nice game yesterday afternoon.
Face-off into the Plattsburgh zone. Katarina back on it again. Plays it in front of her own net with an on-rushing Potsdam player right there. That was Rebecca Holmes getting in close, so could have turned into a dangerous play in favor of the Bears, but Cardinals now into the Potsdam zone, working out of the left corner, playing down there defensively for Potsdam as Alex Quinn centering pass out front. On touch, it's going to float out to the right point. He guarded there, played down low by the Cardinals, and their number 5, Sierra Benjamin, senior defender. Now the Bears send it down the ice, and that's going to go for an icing against Potsdam. We are a minute and 2 seconds in.
We had an interesting statistical action yesterday afternoon. The Cortland Red Dragons had come in absolutely perfect on their penalty kill. 100% on the season. But we got a power play goal against them last night. It was Megan Teachout who got that power play marker to spoil that perfect penalty kill record.
One touch through center off of Teachout's stick, and the Cardinals turn it back into the Bears zone. Mid-slot shot, kick save by Ellie Zerflew. Here's Krauseneck, their leading scorer, drops it back to the point, and it's going to be sent in from center point. Steered in back the net by Zerflew once again. Krauseneck will gather right point, swing it left side for Balfour. Wrister cut off before it can reach net. Cut off a second time from top to left circle. And played along the boards, and the Bears will bring it out to center ice. On the move for Potsdam is Kaylee Merrill, the senior and leading scorer on this Potsdam team this year. Boy, she's going to be missed.
She sure is. 21 goals on the year. We were looking at it yesterday. She's 11 goals away from the all-time NCAA era record that's held by Jordan Ott.
Play down below the goal line, extended in the Potsdam zone. Cardinals looking for a centering pass for Schmelzer. She's going to have to peel off to the corner and try to dig that one out for herself, but it's going to be Quinn there first. Plays it up ahead for Rebecca Kane off her stick, and now a chance for Potsdam down low on a Potsdam line change. Bears, I don't think they realized as they were heading off that Potsdam was going to get a chance down below the goal line at the other end, thanks to the forechecking of Josie Purdy. Now the Cardinals will take over numbers as they tip it into the Potsdam zone. 17:15 to play. No goals as yet here in period number 1. Puck is out to center ice. Bears will play it along. One of the Potsdam players, Alessia Marandola, had her stick knocked out of her hand. She'll regather as the Bears play it into the Plattsburgh zone. Amendola had it for just a moment, or Marandola that is. Cardinals come in on the offside once again.
Often what you see when players go east and west along that blue line, you're going to see an offside call. That was the case. Just a little bit offsides was number 17. I think that is Molly Riggy, the first-year player from Farmingdale, New Jersey.
Face off just outside the Potsdam blue line. It'll be won by the Cardinals. Riggy will win it back. And it'll be played into the zone. They go on a chase, 2-on-1. This shot right on, and held on to by Ellie Zerflew, right up around the waist as she went to her knees.
Certainly a good shot coming in. A little bit of a misplay at the blue line. Got a little bit of a 2-on-1 coming in, but a good shot, and Ellie made that save.
We're also watching Potsdam women's basketball and men's basketball later on at Oswego. The two teams losing at Portland last night. But right now the Potsdam women up by, I think, 17 at last check. They're into the second half in Oswego. Plattsburgh continues to maintain territorial pressure here before the Bears bring it up to the blue line, but not out. Back checking is Rachel Kane. She'll send it along for Alex Quinn. Quinn banks it off the boards out to center. Benjamin back for Plattsburgh. She'll bring it over near side for Unsworth. Tipped off of her stick. Bears regather on a nice little bit of defense around neutral ice. Megan Mills with it now for Potsdam. Goes circle to circle defensively. And on the puck right now is Taylor Swamp. Her lead pass is going to make it on goal. So that Puck will stay alive. No icing there despite Swamp releasing it from between her own blue line and the red line. Now the Cardinals play it back in. Swamp first two. Touch pass back for Quinn. Banked up the boards here. Bears send it ahead trying to find Megan Teach out on a break down the right side, but the puck was in behind her. And now Wall gets to it on defense. Bears will try to establish a forecheck here with Kaylee Merrill in on the push. Back to the left point. Right point now for Quinn. Tries to find a tip from Merrill out in front. Right between her skates. Out to the slot and out to center ice. Bears will have to check up and reset. But a good, quick moving game here from the Bears here in the early going. Merrill looking top shelf and using her defender as a screen. Didn't miss by more than probably about 7 or 8 inches. Cardinals reset. Here they come flying out through center ice with Masada. Masada winds, fires, and that's wide off the right side. Krauseneck backhands it, keeps it alive from Masada down the corner. Boric there, but Delaneve first to it for the Potsdam ahead. Bears ahead for Merrill. Merrill waiting for some support. She's going to cross the red line, dump it in. Bears will complete a line change as the Cardinals bring it to the Potsdam blue line, but Taylor Swamp once again will play it off the boards and out to neutral ice. Krauseneck stopped up at the Potsdam blue line. Here come the Bears in with some numbers. 3 on, about 4 anyway, as Plattsburgh hustles back on defense. Rebecca Holmes trying to dig after. Here's Quinn. She'll send it toward goal. That's, I think, off a leg before it reached net. Into the corner, it's deflected. Back out to the left point. Bears will play it from there. Down into the left wing corner. Drop pass there. Masada. Nobody home for the Bears. Here comes Masada into the Potsdam zone. Cards changing up as well. Here comes Potsdam with a chance. 2 on 2. As they come into the slot, it's going to be tipped off to the right wall. Return pass in the middle of the ice. Eludes Sarah Barrett, and here come the Cards on a break. 2 on 1. Almost a 2 on 0. Great back check off the bench by Potsdam defender. That was Rachel Kane, I believe. Yep.
Boy, she got back in the play late on that change, but read that 2 on 1 and knocked away. The pass was intended for Schmelzer, but never got there.
And now here comes Megan Teach out on a clean break. Up the middle, shoots, a glove save. She gets robbed, and we are still scoreless. 13-14 to play in the first.
Ashley Davis, nobody's going to score on me that way, I'm telling you. But Megan Teach out came all the way down. She held the position, squared up nicely to the puck, flashed the leather, made it look pretty simple on a very, very tough play.
Ashley Davis, the oldest by, in terms of school years, netminder on the Plattsburgh staff. She's a grad student, 5'9", a good tall 5'9", if you will. She fills up that cage pretty well. And a good quick glove, as we saw on Teach out. So it breaks at either end, but we remain scoreless. Nearly 7.5 minutes in. Potsdam will play it out center. Benjamin reaches it at the red line for Plattsburgh, dumps it right back in before she heads off on a change. There's Taylor Swamp in her senior campaign here for the Potsdam Bears. Boy, she has really become a super valuable player in this Potsdam defensive effort as the shot comes in from short range, but Ellie Zerflu saw it all the way, directs it into the corner. That's where the Bears will get to it. Played up ahead here by the Bears for Marindola. Be back for her now. Now here comes Swamp. Swamp sees a lane. She's going to get near the blue line of Plattsburgh and fire it in wide of the mark before she scrambles off on a Potsdam change. Cards break it out. Nice pass off the boards for Unsworth. She'll dump and give chase. She's going to cruise around mid-slot. Bears look to clear it up and beyond Belfour, and it's out to center ice Unsworth will play it back in, get denied once again. Merrill almost got that puck for a break. Here she comes with possession for Delaney. Delaney fires high, juggled for a moment, but only a moment before it's held on to by Ashley Davis.
Well, Davis with a nice save. Those high shots are hard to control, but she stayed with it, fought it off, and was able to keep it in the glove. But nice effort by Delaney to really fight through the neutral zone and get in and force that shot. There's no such thing as a bad shot, and that was one that could have presented some problems, but a good save by Davis.
Nice quick shot. Here comes Boric at the other end, poked away by Ellie Zerflu. She was trying to sneak around that Potsdam defender. Now here comes Merrill. 2-on-2. Merrill hauled down.
No call.
No whistle whatsoever. Had her stick held. Lost control. Fell to the ice. But Plattsburgh will work it back in for Krauseneck. Now Mazzata. Left circle. Centering pass. The shot rings off the right post. Out to the right point. Played down toward the corner. Played up there. Center for Krauseneck. Pokes it toward goal. Cut off again. Couple more players going down. One from each team. And the Bears bring it out with Merrill. Merrill swings wide to the right circle. Puts the shot on. Good save. Trying to find her way in for the rebound with Sarah Barrett. Sarah's out there cruising around and trying to get in some good spots here this afternoon, but so far the puck just eluding her. Although, as I say that, she plays it in to keep it in from the blue line. For a moment's time now, she's caught up in the offside.
I'll tell you, Kaylee Merrill has been drawing a crowd. Yesterday, maybe not so much yet today, but yesterday she had two players around her. Cortland, very, very aware of what her skill level is, and they were on her all night long. She did not have a lot of free shots yesterday afternoon.
Potsdam women's basketball after three quarters with a 25-point lead at Oswego, 47-22. Bears looking to rebound well after their loss at Cortland last night. Here comes Barrett. Sarah, left circle in a crowd. Poke checked off her first stick. Potsdam, good player in the neutral zone right now. They're stopping a lot of free-flowing Plattsburgh breakouts, and now, what was that, Delneve, or no, not Delneve, but looked like Keeley Town in there. She nearly forced a break of her own before Plattsburgh could clear their own zone. Bears cleared once again. This is going to bank off the boards down toward goal. Gathered in there by the defender Kendall Wasik. Wasik dumps it in. Heads to the bench. Bears bring it out to center. Katarina. The Bears trying to poke check it off her stick. Bears will get it for a second, but unable to advance for the Bears was Megan Sheehan. Now Sheehan back, gives it up, side of the net, shot right on. Zerflu knocks it down, then covers up.
You know, good positional save right there. Saw the play, understood it, followed the puck from behind the net, positioned herself in probably the only place where that pass could be, and sure enough, she was able to make that save. Good technical job by Ellie Zerflu right there.
Face off to her left, won by the Cards, but kicked to the corner by the Bears. Marandola. And now up ahead for Rebecca Holmes. She'll play it on a soft pass. Down the left side come to Bears. Drop back pass toward the middle. And only one of the Cards was there on coming in strong on the back check. Cardinals play it in the Potsdam zone. Not very far. Before Potsdam will work it back up towards center ice. From the Plattsburgh blue line, the Cardinals will get it with Riggy and company. Here they come with some space and some numbers down the right side. Strong centering pass in behind Unsworth. All the way to the near side wall. Wall, speaking of walls, will get there for Unsworth. Below the goal line. Back up for Benjamin with some space. Swings her right side. Right circle shot from Katarina. Swatted at out in front. Boy, that took a serious change of direction, but more so it's a change of velocity as it just died off and was kind of fluttering around. Now here comes Merrill, toe drag, trying to use the defender as a screen, comes up with a shot anyway. Poked up and off the glass, still in play. Wall, first to it for Plattsburgh. Here they come with Krauseneck, 2-on-2. Now 3-on-3, the shot. And the big blocker save there from Ellie Zerflu. 7:42 to play, period number one, no score. despite ample opportunity, good opportunity both ways. Cardinals maintaining the Potsdam zone. Bodies falling in front of the Potsdam bench. Puck is covered up. The face-off will stay inside the Potsdam end.
Ellie Zerflu a little bit busier than Davis, but the Bears in this kind of midsection of this period has started to establish themselves a little bit offensively. You had the breakaway by Teach Out, a couple of good shots by Merrill coming in there, but so certainly they're starting to establish themselves just a little bit offensively.
There's a shot right on, and Zerflu had it sealed. She wasn't sure she had it sealed there in the equipment, but indeed she did. Another face-off coming, 7:25 to play here in a scoreless period number one.
That was Masada going in there, trying to poke the puck loose, draw the ear a little bit of the ire, I guess I would say, of the Potsdam defender.
Cards win the face-off, but out to center ice. They have to reset there. Now they got a couple players caught in. Now they'll have to check up. That gives Potsdam a chance to get some players in position, but the Cardinals will backhand it along the boards, down low, into the corner right side, around to the left corner. And now up for Alex Quinn. Quinn banks it off the boards, comes aside the net. Zerflu's going to have to reach out with a stick and keep that puck in play below the goal line. Potsdam not finding the end boards to be awfully friendly here so far, as they've had a couple of cracks at the puck and essentially given it to the Cardinals in good position. But nonetheless, we're at 6.5 to play in the first. 0-0 Cardinals and Bears. Cardinals get a centering pass, but nobody home in the slot. They'll keep it alive, but it hops over the stick of Norton out at the blue line. And Plattsburgh will have to clear. In for Quinn it comes. Cardinals trying to finish off a late developing change. Teach Out tries to drag it around her defender, but it's poked off of her stick. And Cardinals will regather with 6 minutes to play, period number one. What's Potsdam doing here on the Cardinals breakout? They had all 5 players in the zone, but best they can do is slow down these Cardinals as it's floated in toward goal. Zerflu rather, had it in her glove, thinking of dropping it off for a teammate, but saw some Cardinals starting to make their move toward goal, so she just holds on.
I was watching that as you were. The defense of Potsdam on their forecheck, if you will. Looks like they almost had 3 across the blue line there, making sure there wasn't an odd person rush. But certainly they're going to be a little bit conservative and try to be timely on their aggressiveness in the offensive zone.
Meanwhile, a slap shot and a kick save from Zerflu into the Potsdam zone. Turn right back out. Cardinals check up and play the puck right back in. Taylor Swamp for Potsdam. Along the boards, followed up on. It's going to trickle toward mid-slot, and in to gather it up for the Bears is Livia Chambers.
By the way, who played an outstanding game yesterday. I really like her on the point. She's an excellent skater, and she has a very, very good vision of the game.
There's another Potsdam player down without a whistle, as Olshansky works down low, drops it back for wall, top circle. Katarina now tries to one-time it. Under pressure, it's deflected off to the right corner. Fed left side now. Along the boards, kept in. Bears will have to hustle back with Rachel Kane getting to it. Kane rubbed out of the play. Cards looking for a centering pass, but it's going to be Kane hopping back up, lugging the puck out herself. Loses it on a poke check at the blue line. Cards coming in 2-on-1. Return in the goal. Nope. It's going to be, they're going to say it was gloved in by the Cardinals forward, so no goal there. Face off in the Potsdam zone.
Referee right on the spot for that. As you will often see, the turnovers high in the zone present a difficulty. The Bears were not able to clear that zone, and it was a quick 2-on-1 that came in off of that turnover. But good call by the referee, I believe. Certainly I'm in favor of it, but that was waved off immediately.
And no argument from either bench on that particular call. Bears play it in off a deflection. Teach out in on the forecheck, but the puck is out of her reach. Trying to keep it alive as Rebecca Holmes does for a moment before Krausenek skates out with it. Centering pass for Mazzotta. She'll have to play it off to the walls. That got caught up high on her. Bears trying to keep it to the outside, but it's going to be fed out in front of the net. First to it for Potsdam, Alex Quinn. Off the boards, up to the right point, and once again the Bears will have it out with Rebecca Holmes. Up ahead for Teach out, 1-on-1, now 1-on-3, and loses the puck and breaks her stick in the process. She'll head to the bench as Mazzotta comes in. Second chance for Mazzotta. Good stop by Ellie Zerflu. She'll pounce in it right up top of the blue.
2 free sticks out there right now. 2 players lost their sticks. Interesting, last night there was a loose stick on the ice that ended up in preventing an offensive rush by Cortland. The pass was meant to to get across the ice, but it hit the stick and went out of the zone. So I hope it was a Potsdam stick that did that. I'm not sure it was. So.
Into the corner, Delneve over there for Potsdam. Cardinals will keep. Left point, Balfour waits. Short pass left side. Tried to catch that one, couldn't quite reach it. So it fluttered up in front of us. Balfour resets for the Cardinals. Bears trying to play it away. They will into the Plattsburgh zone. On a nice reach, a big stick of Liv Chambers. I've been singing her praises not only today, but really all season long. 2:45 to go in the first. Bears will get a chance here as they clear the zone. Nope, not quite. Ooh, that was close.
Very, very close. Coming in with a nice play. That was, I believe, that was Rachel Kane that had the puck at about the red line. Came in, made a move on the blue line. Bears couldn't tag up quick enough. Offside call. 2:40 to go here in the first period, still scoreless.
At center ice, Potsdam puck back in their own end. Off the boards, Cards will play it in with Riggy. Riggy, speed down left circle, centering pass, gets all the way through for the intended forward there. As the Cardinals play it once again with Yaronovsky. Now for Thompson, puts it down in front. That's off a Potsdam player, and we have a penalty coming up here. And looks to be against the Potsdam Bears.
Yeah, it's going to be a call. There was lots of action in front, and I believe that's going to be Alana Palmetta, the new player for the Bears. She was doing her work in front of the net, occupying the defender, and they got mixed up and clearly took the Plattsburgh player to the ice. Good solid call, but that's good work on the part of Alana Palmetta, the junior from Windsor, Ontario.
Who, upon transferring in from Morrisville, gets a little bit closer to home. Now Bears dump the puck. It hits the referee at the Plattsburgh blue line, so Plattsburgh will reset from center ice. 7-second differential between penalty clock and game clock. You don't get to say that often. As Plattsburgh is on the power play. First of the game either way. Benjamin skates it towards center point. Looking for an opening. Comes to the circle out in front. Tipped once. Backhanded wide of the goal. Bears get it with Delneve. Delneve trying to seize it and freeze it down in the corner. Got 3 Cardinals in there. They finally work it out. We have a minute 10 to go in their power play. Short side pass left for Norton. Now Norton will switch up with Benjamin, cross ice all the way into the corner. Krausenek will leave it there, played out to the point. The Cards here playing 4 down low, tipped out in front. Another good stop, solid stop from Ellie Zerflu.
Well, that was a redirect. Ivy Borick got her stick on the puck about midway in the slot area. The defender was occupied by another Plattsburgh player lower, closer to Ellie Zerflu. So the pass right to Ivy Borick, and that was a good, solid redirect, but a beautiful save by Ellie Zerflu.
Face-off win, big shot off the back glass. Cardinals will Regather, Balfour left point. Wasik center point. Switches off. Mazzano looking down in front. That's tipped by a couple of players, and Bears will finally get a much-needed change as they clear it out. Actually, they're not going to change. It must be they just did. 22 seconds to go in the Plattsburgh power play. They are back in the Potsdam zone. 15 to go with the extra attacker skating 5-on-4. Looking for a wraparound. No, centering pass. Wasik. Kick save by Zerflu. Her finest of the game right there. Out in front, centering pass. Short side. Robbed again.
Beautiful, beautiful save.
With her right leg this time. And a whistle away from the puck.
Looks like we're going to have a tripping call here. That's going to, I think it's going to be against Potsdam. Yes, indeed. Another call here. So back-to-back penalties. Dancing with the devil against this high-powered Plattsburgh Cardinal team. Their power play in excess of 30% successful.
Yikes. Well, Bears have killed off one, but got to go right back to work and try to kill off another. Just a couple of seconds left here. Last-ditch shot will get deflected in back of the net. So the Cardinals will have a minute 56 worth of power play to open up period number 2, which we will enter in about 20 minutes from now without a goal.
Yeah, and the power play, the penalty kill pretty successful, obviously. Killed off that initial penalty kill. Who's got to be your best penalty killer? Your goaltender, and you could see it right there. Ellie Zerflu made 2 spectacular saves in the span of about 5 seconds to keep this scoreless right now and to keep that power play percentage right where it was before. So good solid effort by the Bears on the PK, backing things in, trying to keep things on the perimeter, but you can only hold this the club down so long. They move the puck along pretty well.
That they have, and Plattsburgh again will have nearly a full power play to work with when we open up play in period number 2. They are late in the contest in Oswego. This is Potsdam women's basketball, looking to rebound off a loss at powerful Cortland last night. Bears in good shape. They had a big lead at halftime and a big lead maintained. Again, still up by 25 right now. 54-29 late. The Bears in Oswego. All right, well, we have some
I'll take care of the stats.
Okay.
No goals. No goals.
And there were no stats to report.
The shots on goal in that first period. Cards out shooting the Bears 13-5. Albeit the Bears had a couple of good scoring opportunities, including a clear breakaway by Teach Out, but really nothing really to report. A couple of penalties in that period. Palmeda would go off for tripping, and then most recently Sarah Barrett would be going off for tripping, and that's the one in which we'll be having to kill a minute 56 off of that when we start the second period. But pretty solid game here so far. Bears playing solid. You don't think you see quite the flash that we've seen out of some of the Plattsburgh teams, but they play very, very solid in all aspects of the game. But the Bears are playing very intelligently, smart defense in their own zone, and you can see they're thoughtful on when to get aggressive on the forecheck and when not to.
All right. And certainly one area they can look to improve on for period number 2 is face-offs. They were outfaced by the Cardinals 14-4 in that first period.
Yeah.
Before we head to our break, we do want to pass along our condolences to the family and friends of Alex Birking. Alex was a trainer here at SUNY Potsdam, postgraduate, and Alex was one of those heart and soul kind of people. And I remember a few years ago when Alex was first diagnosed with a, I think what was at the time a fairly rare form of cancer. There was tons of support, fundraisers, the recognition. I remember being up here for a game with you, I think, Coach, when Alex appeared with family and was recognized for her courage in fighting the battle she fought. Unfortunately, she lost that battle earlier this week, and certainly our heartfelt condolences and memories to her family.
Yeah, well said. I mean, she just so well thought of by the student athletes here and the coaching staff. Just she gave her heart and soul to the program. She thought highly of the student athletes that were here, and you could just feel the emotion and love that they had for her. So it is certainly it's a sad period of time for SUNY Potsdam athletics.
And let's leave things on a fairly positive note here. Potsdam Bears men's hockey, a real solid effort at number 7 Geneseo last night. Coach, you were telling me that was a 1-1 game into the middle part of the third before Geneseo got the eventual game-winning goal fairly late. Bears are playing at Brockport tonight at 7 and looking to maintain their heightened level of play here late in the season.
Yeah, they played very, very well. They can't get, they had an unfortunate break last week against Oswego and, had tied that game, came back, had a power play very, very late in the game, and then just kind of a strange goal went in late in the game to give Oswego the 4-3 victory. But they played very, very well in that game. And then going down to Geneseo, which is it's a difficult place to play. And I watched most of it last night. It might very well have been one of their better games of the year. Now that could be obvious simply by the score, but it was 1-1 late. They scored a goal very late to take the lead, and then got the insurance goal with not much time left on the clock. So Bears are playing hard. Still some points on the board, but they're going to have to sneak one out tonight if they've got any chance of moving on.
You can find coverage of that game live at PotsdamBears.com. And Potsdam women's basketball, we're looking at that one as the game goes along. Under 2 minutes to play, Bears have this one in hand, 59-32 at Oswego. Men's game set for a 4 o'clock start, and we'll be following that one throughout our contest as well. And when we get back for the start of period number 2, this women's game will have gone final. We'll get you the final score then. Good women's hockey contest so far. Nationally ranked Plattsburgh in town. They will have the better part of a full power play to open up period number 2. Bears 0, Cardinals 0 after 1 period of play. And we're going to take a break here in our first intermission on the Potsdam Bearcast and Mix 96.1. All right, Mix, we're at about 9 minutes until second period, so give me about 8, and I'll talk you back into it. Thanks. Cutting the mixer off, too. Oh, let's go with 10, 9, some intermission. Welcome back, everyone, to the Maxi Arena. Second period now underway. Plattsburgh on the power play. It's the long change period here, as Olshansky will play it to center point Norton. Plattsburgh with just about a full power play to open up this second period. Shot blocked. Rebound backhanded, fluttering in the slot before the Bears get it and lift it on out of there. I think that was Kaylee Merrill doing the job.
Kaylee Merrill with that quick snapper to get it all the way down the ice. That Plattsburgh comes out in full speed, taking the zone with speed.
As Krauseneck circles, wheels down to the corner. They'll play it back out. Norton to the left circle now, directed toward goal. It's going to be sticked aside by the defensive work of Alina Palomita. I got to get used to saying her name here. Already showing herself to be a good contributor here defensively for the Bears. Under a minute to go in Plattsburgh's second power play. Bears killed off the first one, but that was followed up immediately. Rebound, and it's in the goal. That was not a big rebound, but that puck just died off, and it's like time stood still before one of the Plattsburgh players reaches in, plays it up into the net for the power play goal and a 1-0 Plattsburgh lead.
And I think that is going to be Krauseneck that got it. I mean, she was one of two players down there giving all she could, and really Elena Palomita had good body control and stick control. That she was just able to wiggle away and get that stick loose that just chipped it over the blocker of goaltender Ellie Zerflu. That's a power play marker. And so the Bears have been doing a good solid job here. The 46 seconds would have remained in that advantage, now off the clock as a result of the power play goal, and we think it's going to be Krauseneck that gets it.
All right, so early. So 12 on the goal. 12 on the goal. That would be Maddie Norton crashing in from her defensive position. We'll check on that.
We're going to have to check on that because unless they don't think that she got a touch on the puck when it came down, I believe she did. But we'll see. We'll get another look at it. They'll review it up here when they have time to take another look.
Okay, live stats showing us that it was indeed Krauseneck's goal. So we'll go with that call. 1-0 Plattsburgh on the power play. 2 minutes into period number 2. Here come the Cards in way offsides was Wall.
And again, you're going to see that often when you go east and west along that blue line. And Krauseneck was well on her way to the net there, and the puck, just to chip that thing by, at least you can get possession low in the zone. You see that more and more where people are cutting to the middle of the ice and trying to make moves along the blue line. That was something that would have been taboo back in the olden days.
Really not all that long ago. As the puck will be played out to center, Merrill giving chase off the heel of her stick, gets away from her. And the Cards will work it into the Potsdam zone. They will keep it into point. Centering pass, Boric. Glove save, Ellie Zerflu. She will hold for the face.
She got that shot away. I'm not sure whether it was deflected off the stick of Taylor Swamp or not, but nonetheless a good shot by Ivy Boric and a good glove save.
Face off to Ellie's left. 2.5 minutes into period number 2. 1-0 Cards on a power play goal just moments ago by their leading scorer, Krauseneck. Face-off win for the Bears in behind their own net. They leave the puck there. Cards look to force the turnover, but the Bears are able to play it softly off the boards and out to center before Balfour sweeps it right back in there. Cards finish up a line change. Bears back in their own zone looking for a clean breakout. They're going to get one now. Down the right side, swept toward net. Followed up on, directed on net. What good follow-up play there by Alessia Marandola.
Yeah, and that was a nice play. I think it was Josie Purdy that gave her a little give-and-go pass coming up on the defensive blue line, but it was a good, steady play by Marandola to follow up. She was being checked, but she got the puck all the way into the goaltender Davis, and really made the save possible.
Off the face-off, Cards will gather and back their own end. Coach, we talk a lot about the veterans on this Potsdam team, and deservedly so, as the Bears break up a Plattsburgh entry. But we also really do need to pay a little more homage to some of the younger players on this squad. Amongst them, the two we were just talking about, Josie Purdy and Alessia Marandola.
There's a hit from behind right there.
Yikes. Cards are going to get their third power play right here.
Yeah, and not the least of which is the Kane sisters, one of which is going to the penalty box right now. Not a real heavy hit, but certainly body contact. Probably would have been a call anyway, but the Plattsburgh player went directly into the net. That would be considered a hit from behind. They're going to give her 2 minutes on that.
Yeah, that was Riley Calhoun who got rubbed out there pretty hard. And so it'll be Rachel Kane into the box for 2. Power play number 3 for the Cards. 1 for 2 on the day. Having just scored on one that opened up this second period. Bears will clear the zone though. And Cardinals will go D to D. Wasik, short pass ahead for Mazada. Mazada dangling along the blue line, spots a player left side. They'll cross him, break in as a unit, drop back Wasik center point. Wasik again, looking, slides it right. Mazada toward the left point now, top left circle as they're squeezing this zone it down. Tap out in front, lifted up and over the net. Well executed play. This tip just sailed up a little bit too high. Cards will hold it. The shooter right there, Mazada with it again. Cross ice, left circle, in a crowd. Shot goes wide of the right post, into the corner. Mazada out of there again, nearly halfway through the Plattsburgh power play. Wasik, center point. Slides it, gets it back. Wasik looking, right circle. Looking for the one-timer, they bang it home, driven in. And a no doubt about it goal right there for the Cards, and a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that was there's no doubt about that. That is going to be Taya Balfour, who had nothing but net to look at. She was all alone, just a step or two inside of the left face-off circle, if you're looking at it from our point of view. And that was a one-timer just unloaded into an empty net for that power play marker.
Well, understandably, the Bears were focusing their attention on Mazada, who had not missed by much on a previous tip from the open right side. She opted not to shoot at that time, slid it across, and it was Balfour absolutely blasting it into the empty net. 2 power play goals in 3 tries, and the Cardinals have a 2-0 lead here. Nearly 5 minutes gone, period 2. Mazada and Wasik on the helpers of Balfour's goal. So 2-0 Cards. Cards buzzing, looking for more. Directed toward net. That almost got through. That one was just kind of sizzling along just above ice level. Played out to the point. Bears hemmed up in their own zone here, down 2-0. Looking for a clean breakout. They're going to get one here. They'll tip it ahead into the Cardinal zone. Played up there by Potsdam's Rebecca Kane. Cards will take over in their own end. 5.5 minutes gone. Cards are going to be guilty of icing for, I think, the first time today.
You know, not only with talent and solid play, they are a very, very well coached club with Kevin Houle, who's been there for a long time. We've talked about being the gold standard, but you can see how where they may not have quite the flashy player that they've had in years gone by, their team approach is so solid and so strong that their group play is very, very hard to play against. Just goes to show you that the team concept is more important than any one player.
Absolutely, and you watch there. I certainly noted for myself their positioning on the ice as Teach Out is going to earn a Potsdam power play here as she gets interfered with.
That's a tough call.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I thought it was very, very well played by Benjamin, and she's going to go off on the interference call. Nonetheless, the referee was closer to it than we were, about 4 feet away.
Yeah.
So that's nonetheless a good solid call. I don't think that gets called 20% of the time, even in the women's game.
Bears will take it, and they're not going to get too many opportunities like this, I don't think, against Plattsburgh this afternoon. So let's see what the Bears can do with the 5-on-4 advantage. Cardinals have cleared the zone. Boric in on the forecheck. Quinn loses an edge, but has some help as the Bears will play it up to and through center ice. Nice little chip ahead for herself. Centering pass. Bears can't get the shot away. Nice job by Quinn, just sticking out the blade of that left skate. Kept alive now for Merrill. Comes to the middle of the slot, looking for an opening toward net. Big rebound there, swept down the ice.
Good patience, Merrill. I mean, obviously she's so skilled and has a great feel for the game. Kept moving to her right. Players were going down, anticipating a shot. She just held on to it, but couldn't get the puck away. Lost it there.
Bears overskate at the left point. Now the Cards on a shorthanded bid as they come in wide to the left of the net. Halfway through the Potsdam power play is going to be Norton right point, keeping it in the Potsdam zone. Cardinals down a player, but they play so well positionally. And the Bears not finding a whole lot of room with which to work. Cleared down the ice again, wide of the net. 35 seconds to go in the Potsdam power play. Their first of the game. Bears trail here against the Cardinals 2-0. 12.5 to play, period 2. Tied up down the corner. Cardinals with a terrific forecheck here. Short-handed as they'll keep it alive, directed toward goal. Bears may not get another rush down ice with the extra attacker as it's fed in on Ellie Zerflu again. She's going to have to hold for a face-off. Just 11 seconds to go in Potsdam's power play.
I'm not sure whether that unit had been out there for the full power play. They may very well have been, but they certainly didn't have a lot of energy going after the loose puck or challenging the Plattsburgh players who had control of it in the Bears' defensive end. So they were fortunate enough to get a stoppage in play to get some fresh legs out there.
Face-off win for the Cards. Thompson will dump it into the right corner. And a couple seconds away from the Potsdam power play being over. It is now. We're back to 5-on-5 as Olshansky joins the party on the ice here for Cardinals. Nearly got a centering pass to work with, but the Bears will play it down ice. This is going to go as an icing against the Potsdam Bears.
I'm not sure whether there was an understanding that the penalty had expired there or not, but nonetheless, that's an icing call, and it will come back in the zone. Unofficially right now, shots on goal 21-7 in favor of the Cardinals.
Face-off win for Potsdam, but they're unable to maintain possession here and move it out of the zone. Now the Bears will get a chance as they'll play it off to the right boards and played in by Potsdam's number 4, Jane Rowell. Bears oversell down in the corner. Cards work it out, skating down the left side with some numbers. Left circle shot, nice glove save by Ellie Zerflu.
Yeah, a good quick shot away. That was Krauseneck who came in and got the shot, but good vision there. Not much to impede the vision of that shot, and I don't think Krauseneck got a lot on it either, but nonetheless, a shot and a stave and a stoppage in play.
Face off to Zerflu's right will be won by the Bears, but quickly joined down along the end boards by a host of Cardinals. One of them is going to work it out of there. That's going to be McLean down in the corner. Tip back left point. Played over to Benjamin, right side. Wrister toward goal. Knocked down by Zerflu as it comes in toward her in fairly rapid fire succession. She pounces on it and holds for the face-off.
Very, very active here as you're going to get that group of Cardinals that are playing well together. Could you say a flock of Cardinals? I'm not sure. Is that...
I think you probably could. Works for me.
Face off again. This is to the left of Ellie Zerflu, who's been very, very busy here throughout the game, but in particular in this second period where there's been a couple of penalties to try to kill off for the Bears.
Not to be confused with the murder of crows, of course.
Of course.
As the Cardinals direct it toward goal, again swatted away by Ellie Zerflu. Cardinals really feasting off this 2-0 lead that they have gained on 2 power play goals here in the second period after period 1 was scoreless. Tip out in front will be played up into the corner, and apparently it went out of play. I didn't see it go out.
Yeah,
it's whistled dead.
Yeah, difficult here inside your own end. If you spend a lot of time in there, you're going to get fatigued. There's no doubt about that. But the Bears seem a little slow to the puck right now. Not sure if they're taking the right angles, but certainly to try to defend against such a solid and well-coached and well-played team here, individually, you gotta get some wheels and get to the puck. They're just not getting to the play very quickly.
Out in front of the net, toward goal, Zerflu, and it's in the net on the rebound. Nobody went down to help her out, and that puck was sitting just off of her left pad extended.
She thought she had it, and I thought she had it, but it came out. I think Ivy Borick is going to get credit for that goal. The puck just, I don't know where it came from, but it certainly came loose, and Ivy Borick was just off to what would be our right, Zerflu's left, and was able to puck that puck home. So
Ivy Borick indeed, credit with the goal exactly halfway through period number 2, halfway through the game, 10-minute mark of period number 2. Cards 3 in the period, 2 on the power play, and that even strength goal right there off a rebound. Such good vision by these Cardinals, and again, I'll go back to and play off of what you were talking about, Coach, and how well coached they are, and a lot of that has to do with their positioning on the ice, and they never seem to really give up a lot of space either way, either end.
Well, they don't have to work as hard because they're not doing it individually. They're doing it as a unit out there, and they seem to have good puck movement, and they know where they're going. And if you're chasing the puck defensively, that's going to be a tough thing to do, and that's what the Bears have been doing. They've been chasing the puck, and they haven't been able to get there.
Wasik with a glove save by Zerflu. Back for Wasik, left point. Cards look like they're on a power play, but we're skating 5-on-5 with 9 minutes to play period 2. Thompson, center point, toward goal, cut off, swept aside into the circle. Cards will maintain. Thompson now. Morris cut down in front. Bears just trying to push it out of the zone, and finally they will. As it's tipped back in, Riggy giving chase. Bears need a line change. They look to be completing one here as Kaylee Merrill thought about dangling out around center ice, but realized that the Bears needed her help, and now Potsdam will be guilty of an icing. 8:27 to go here in the second period. Cardinals 3 goals in the period, 3-0 their lead.
Not going to get a lot of those players off the ice, and they needed a change. So what you want to do here is take your time getting set up.
A face-off win for Potsdam. Looks like Rachel Kane had her stick tied up there, or held on to, but we'll continue along here as the Cards are looking for more. Nice takeaway there by Merrill. She gets twisted up, but manages to clear the zone. Yeah, there's a pretty fair amount of clutching and grabbing going on right now. Under 8 to play in the second. Cards with a hard bank off the boards up ahead for McLean. Into the Potsdam zone. Circles in the left circle. Feeds it toward the slot. Directed on goal and in the goal. What a beautiful tip right there, almost a blind tip.
Just got the puck and turned around and tipped it right in the goal. I think that's going to be Calhoun who's going to get the goal, the sophomore, 5'7" from New Hartford, New York. She was right there, just one-timed it, and it was able to beat the defender and the goaltender for that fourth goal of this second period.
Riley Calhoun, even strength goal. McLean and Balfour. Balfour who picks up another point here in the second period. And the Cards obviously made some adjustments of some sort during the intermission. It didn't hurt them that they had a power play to work with to open up the period, but they've certainly feasted off of some early period success. They continue to build on it. It's now 4-0.
Well, the thing that's been a little bit evident to me is that the Bears have been, I don't know whether you want to call it respectful or they wanted to get back and try to keep the players around the perimeter, and they haven't been very aggressive in trying to go at the player and take this game into their own hands. They've been kind of letting Plattsburgh obviously take the play to them rather than really trying to force it with some energy.
Bears do get a shot on goal. First touch in quite a while for Ashley Davis. Cards come right back in. A rising shot on Zerflu, but she saw that one all the way.
Well, Shansky would take that quick shot from just about the FISU sign, which is on the ice from the World University games that were here a couple of weeks ago. Still have that beautiful ice work and artwork on the ice.
Off the face-off shot right on. Zerflu another save.
Bears looking to build some energy here. You can hear the bench down below us really trying to inspire the teammates that are on the ice and get some fire in their belly.
Cards win the face-off. Into the left corner now behind the net. Rachel Kane back there along with Marindola out to center ice. Here comes Potsdam on the attack. They are onside. Sanry pass in behind Marindola, who again was tied up with just enough of a grab right there. Here comes Benjamin Strong up the middle, forces a shot wide. Plays the miss off the backboards. Into the right wing corner, still with it. Swings it in back the net. Now it's going to come up now. Left circled, redirected toward goal. Good kick save right there. Hogging that post was Zerflu. After it for the Potsdam Bears, Sarah Barrett. Another shot coming in. This one tipped wide. Cardinals with 4 in the period. A 4-0 lead is theirs.
A couple of those were power plays.
First 2 of them, as a matter of fact. Wasik's shot is blocked and the Bears will clear the zone. It's really going to go for icing. That was playable, it seems, but icing nonetheless is the call. 5:20 to play in the second.
Referee had a pretty good vision of it. The Plattsburgh player tried to get up and touch it and grab it over the outstretched arms of the Plattsburgh player, judged by the referee or the linesman as an ice. Face-off comes back to the right of Ellie Zerflu,
where it'll be won by the Bears, and Barrett takes a Plattsburgh carom off the boards. And Barrett comes over to play it, but not out. Boy, the Bears just not finding very many seams. A chance here with some room down the wing, played out on the backhand as they're trying to hook up with Rebecca Holmes. But Holmes can't quite reach it as the Cardinals work it back in. A lot of play in this Potsdam defensive zone. Here's Norton, top circle, right side, blasts it wide. Bears get a chance to clear, do not. Kept alive, left point, dumped in behind the goal. Bears will feed it up the middle and finally out of the zone. Bears right now in clearly a defensive posture, a defensive-minded posture, as in just looking to survive the remainder of this period, it seems. Now here's Delaney with some nifty moves. Plays it up ahead and in for Barrett. Bears will get a change. as it's out to center ice. Potsdam D to D, not cleanly, as Norton will take over at center ice, flutters one in, wide of the mark. Bears check back with Elena Palomita. Gets away from her, Calhoun keeps it alive. Out for a chance from the left circle, that one hits a body or two or three. And it's caromed out to center ice. Cards quickly play it back in to the Potsdam zone as Cardinals get a change. Let's see if the Bears can take advantage of it. Lugging it up the right side, Taylor Swamp dumps it in as she heads off. 3:20 to play, period 2. 4 goals in the period for the visiting Plattsburgh Cardinals. And that's our score. 4-zip. Played inside of the goal. Davis will hold on. So the Bears will finally get an offensive zone faceoff. 3:09 to go in the second.
It's been a while since we've been in the offensive zone, certainly for any substantial amount of time, so we'll take advantage of the seconds that's being clicked away here even before the face-off of if we can count this as offensive zone time, but of course we can't. But there's another face-off win for the Cardinals. They've been solid in that category here tonight.
As Unsworth down the left side, keeps it on her stick. Good puck handler she is. Tip out in front, misses once. A follow-up on the rebound. That's going to get knocked aside by one of the Potsdam defenders. Through the mid-slot, kept alive, left point. Played down the wall and behind the Potsdam goal. Zerflu watches it, trickle out in her direction. Wisely decides to reach out and hold on.
Recall isn't quite what it used to be, but certainly there were 2 Plattsburgh players all alone in front of the net there. 2, not 1, 2. And a Potsdam player was nowhere to be found here. So little slippage in the coverage for the Bears in their defensive end.
Puck sitting there mid-slot. Picked up by Krauseneck. Tries to turn with it, just wheels it off into the right corner. 2:22 to play, period 2. Benjamin with it, looking, drives it high, glove save, Ellie Zerflu.
Again, very good save. She got a good look at that, but that was a hard shot coming up high, and the tall woman that Ellie is, she was able to get down towards her knees and still make that save up in the heading towards the top corner. 2:17 to go here. Bears looking to try to get into the locker room here with no further damage and see if they can find some energy tank.
Here's a nice centering pass, and the tip misses just by a little bit. That was Kaylee Merrill out in front. Did get her stick on it. Couldn't get it solidly enough. Bork at the other end, a tip. Good stop by Zerflu. A second stop as well in behind the net. I don't know how she stopped that second one.
I don't know how she stopped the first one, but or the third one, but there were some shots that she made just terrific saves here. Oh, my Lord.
Norton shot off a hand. Bears bring it out with 1:40 to play in the second period. As Merrill will draw a crowd once again. Keeps it alive in the attack zone here for the Bears, but Krauseneck now will play it up and out as the Bears change up their forwards. Krauseneck screen shot on goal, stick save. Ellie Zerflu, 1:20 to play in the second. Banked off the boards, but not out. Alive for Benjamin, who will just touch it down below the goal line and give chase herself. And behind the goal. Plattsburgh, something else they do so effectively, Coach, is switch positions. They don't even have to call them. They don't have to infer them. They just do it.
Yeah, they're very instinctual. Good hockey players, no doubt.
Here comes Potsdam breaking out 2-on-2. Final minute of the second period. Off his stick and rung off the
wall.
Off the cage for the overhead door. That big metal cage up there.
I don't know how it got.
That's taken a few pucks, as you can see.
Yes, indeed.
Face off to the left of Davis. 46 seconds to go here in the second. Coming up in our second intermission, we'll look back on this rather productive second period for the Cardinals offense. We'll look at Potsdam Bears women's basketball, victorious earlier at Oswego, and we'll check in on the men's game, which is just underway in Oswego as well. Potsdam, maybe one more good rush coming down 3-on-3. The shot lifted wide of the mark. The defense gets back, and the Cardinals will be able to work it out through center ice. Bears will meet it at their own blue line. Play it to a vacated near side 10 seconds to go. So the Plattsburgh Cardinals with 2 power play goals to open up the second period. Tack on a couple of more even strength markers, and we get to our second intermission. Plattsburgh leading 4-0.
Well, thanks to Ellie Zerflu, she was able to stem the damage there a little bit by several outstanding saves. A couple by her legs, a couple by the gloves, but just outstanding saves here to minimize the damage and keep it at a 4-goal game. I'd like to see if they can find a way to fill the tank up a little bit between the second and third period. The Bears look like they'd been, when you're playing a team that as skillful as Plattsburgh is, you find yourself betwixt and between as to what style you want to play. Are you going to play a backup and play a conservative style, or are you going to go right after them and try to make them do things quicker than they want to do? It's really kind of a thoughtful process here, and it looks like to me the conservative way really wasn't going to be the answer, certainly in the second period. So, and they've got nothing to lose here when they come out in the third. They're down 4 goals. They're going to have to be aggressive if they want to get back in this game, and I'm looking for a much more aggressive effort by the part of the Bears here in the third period.
More like we saw over the first probably 10-12 minutes of the game, where the Bears had a breakout from Megan Teachout, a breakaway there that missed. Bears had Merrill really just digging for the puck at the opposing blue line. And they look to regain some of that energy and approach as we head toward the second period. But after 40, our score, Plattsburgh 4, Potsdam no score. Potsdam women's basketball rebounding from a loss at Cortland last night to win pretty handily here this afternoon at Oswego by the final score of 64-33. And check out some of the individual numbers in that game. One of note, and that was another big-time performance from Jakia Howard. Finishes with 20 points on the day to lead probably all scorers. Certainly the Potsdam Bears. Jenna Cotter with 10, the only other Potsdam player in double figures. In fact, for Jakia Howard, it was a double-double on the day. 10 rebounds to go along with her 20 points. So the Bears get with the road split on the women's side.
I was just looking at their record on the season overall.
And that was actually a mild upset, but a big win by the Bears. They win by 31.
Yep.
So they improve now to 7-10 overall, 5-7 in conference play. They are now a half game ahead of Oswego, that is now at 5-8 in league play.
Yeah, and Oswego had come in at 12-9. Is that correct? Am I looking at that correct? Yeah.
So good on the girls for sure. The men's game underway at this hour, and we're about 6.5 minutes in. Oswego up by 3 at 17-14. Of course, we mentioned that both Potsdam basketball teams falling at Cortland last night, as we get a left side 3 from Parker Kelly to tie the game at 17.
There you go. Technology.
All right. Yeah, gotta love it. Although, honestly, I hope I don't have to ever get into the practice of calling games off of a remote feed. That's got to be one of the toughest things to do. If you don't have a real good feed. Now this Oswego video feed today is a quality one. We were talking about the Geneseo feed of video of the hockey game last night, which was not nearly at the level this game is this afternoon. But that's just a little inside whining on my part. But hey, there you go.
Well, statistics here in the second period, more to report for sure, as the Cardinals would get 4 goals in that period, 2 power play goals. The first of the power play came at 1:10 of the second period, where Sarah Krausenek would finish that off from Norton and Olshansky. That was her 13th goal of the year. The next power play goal at 4:39, back-to-back, certainly not far apart, as you can see. Taya Balfour would get her second goal of the year. Masada and Wasik would pick up assists. Then Ivy Borick would get an even strength goal. That came at the 10-minute mark. Masada and Krausenek picking up their assists on that goal. Even strength goal, 12:20. Riley Calhoun would get it from a nice redirect in the front of the goal. Turnaround. She was occupied but was able to get the puck to the net and through the pads of goaltender Ellie Zerflu. McLean and Maddie Norton picking up those assists. And that's the scoring at the end of the period. It could have been much more scoring on part of the Plattsburgh Cardinals had it not been for the solid play of Ellie Zerflu, who saw 26 shots in that period. 26-3. They would outshoot the Bears for a two-period total of 39-8. Some penalties in the second period. Kane would go off for roughing, and it would be Barrett Benjamin would go off for interference. So at the end of the second period, it's the Plattsburgh Cardinals 4, the Potsdam Bears no score.
Cardinals continued strong in the face-off dot as well, winning 17 of 24 face-offs in that second. 31-11, the advantage for the Cardinals after two periods of play, which pretty well corresponds with our score.
I don't know if we mentioned the Cardinals had a win yesterday against SUNY Canton, and so the standings in the NEWHL only could have a minor change, and that's because Oswego did not play. So Plattsburgh, with their victory, they stay at number 1. Cortland, with the victory over the Bears last night, would jump over the Lakers from Oswego into second place. The Lakers would go to third, and SUNY Canton would remain in fourth, Potsdam in fifth, Morrisville in sixth, and Buff State, who had their first win on the year with a victory over Morrisville. That obviously prevented the Morrisville team from jumping over the Bears, who are only a point apart. So points on the board, but the Bears have got to find a way to get some to move into that fourth and final playoff spot. But games are coming up here as we finish this weekend. Next weekend, they will have Morrisville in here and Oswego on the 3rd and the 4th. Then return on February 10th. I think that is Bear Pride weekend, if I'm not mistaken. On the 10th, before they go on the road to finish up the season at Cortland, Morrisville, and Cortland. So games to play, points available. We'll see if they can get some.
Other games being played this afternoon in the NEWHL. Morrisville, Buff State again, and that is a very close game, as close as can be. 1-1 first intermission at Buffalo State. Canton down by the same 4-goal margin at Cortland this afternoon, 4-0 as they play late in period number 2. Potsdam women's basketball, a big win at Oswego this afternoon. The men playing right now at Oswego, a nip and tuck battle right there, with Oswego with a 4-point lead mid-first half. Here, Potsdam trailing the Plattsburgh Cardinals by the score of 4-0. We're going to take a break, and in about 5-6 minutes or so from now, we'll come back and finish this one out for you. It's the Bears and the Cardinals, 4-0 Cards after 40 here at the Maxey Arena, live on the SUNY Potsdam Bearcast and Mix 96.1. All right, Mix 96, talk to you in about 6 minutes or so, probably closer to 5. All right, mix 96-1. Going to bring it back down in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll it, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your
Thank you very much. Glad to have you all back with us as we head toward the third period. NEWHL Women's College Hockey this afternoon at the Maxey Arena. Well, the first period was played to a draw, but Plattsburgh clearly owned period number 2. They open up with a pair of power play goals, tacked on a couple more, and will take a 4-0 lead into this third period.
Bears got it back on their heels because those power plays came very early in the period, stretching it out, killing some time, using some of your better players on the penalty kill. The Bears could not really recover from that, had trouble finding energy to keep up with this high-flying Plattsburgh Cardinal team. Let's hope a little bit of time in the locker room they can find some energy.
Bears will win the face-off, which is something they have not been able to do all that often this afternoon, and into the Plattsburgh zone it will go. Underway, period 3, Plattsburgh 4, Potsdam no score. Cardinals rush up the middle, one-on-one Boric. Poked away from her to the boards. From in behind the net, centering pass that gets through. Top circle, Boric winds, fires. Lifts it high up and over the net, off the glass. Kept alive left point, in on goal, sticked into the corner.
Up and away.
Did it?
It was deflected. Thompson had that shot from the point. Ellie Zerflu tipped the stick and just deflected up into the mesh. And
it did go into the mesh. Okay, I didn't see it go off the mesh.
Up into the mesh. Good quick shot by Thompson here on the left point, but deflected out of play by Ellie Zerflu.
Face-off win for the Cards. Turn around on by Olshansky. Wall picks it up below the goal line, extended. Works it back for Unsworth. They have one player out in front, one out at center point right now. Everybody else along the near wall, as Wall picks it up, centers it through for Wasik, right point. Wasik holds, looks for some assistance, down to Wall, halfway down. She wipes out. Made it look worse than it was. As Plattsburgh looks to maintain position on offense in the Potsdam zone. Finally played out of a crowd. And Rebecca Holmes will get it for the Bears. Cleared out center ice. Trying to lead it ahead for teammate Jane Rowell. Rowell circling through center. Here comes Teachout up the middle. Teachout shot right on. Big rebound, but nobody in good position down that left side to play it. Cards counter, 2-on-1, coming back down. Cross ice pass, and Schmelzer misses on the tip. Sent that one well wide, and she had plenty of net to work with, too. Boy, quick transition team these Cards are.
Yeah, no doubt in, but Megan Teachout took advantage of the change to have some open ice, which has not been available much to the Bears here, and was able to take some ice and get down into the offensive zone very, very quickly and get a good shot on goal. But this is going to be, I believe, an icing call, and so the Bears are going to have to come back for the face-off to the left of goaltender Ellie Zerflu here. Referees trying to make sure they get all of the players who tried to get off the ice back onto it for this defensive end face-off.
Won by the Bears. Led forward and tipped forward by Josie Purdy. Offside?
Yep.
Offside.
No, icing. Yeah. She was on this side of the red line.
Gotcha.
And then just gave it a healthy push, and on this fresh ice, in 2 or 3 minutes, that wouldn't have been icing.
Right. Right you are. Face off to the right of Ellie Zerflu. Her right as she looks out from the Potsdam net, where she's certainly been busy here this afternoon. Neighborhood of 35 stops so far, giving up 4 goals in that second period. Bears play it dangerously up the middle, and that's where Schmelzer's going to play takeaway and work it down in behind the Potsdam goal. Bears look to reset and play it up through center. They do. Into the Plattsburgh zone, no icing this time, but Benjamin's going to be first on it here for the Cardinals as the Bears make some personnel changes. Morris strides into the Potsdam zone, comes to a stop down in the left wing corner, drops it back for Benjamin, left point, sends it out in front, cut off. Deflected to the near wall. Morris will play it there for the Cardinals, directed toward goal. That'll be credited, I think, as a save by Zerflu. She was guarding that near post. Up ahead, here come the Bears on the attack, 2-on-3. Shot from the outside, misses wide left. Kept alive, left point. Fair center out in front for Merrill, and she can't get the goal. Davis stones her again.
And she looks to the sky, had a chance to get one there. In awfully tight. When she got the puck, she was very, very close in there. Thought as quickly as you can think when you are out there about trying to shoot 5-hole, if you will, but she dragged it to her left and tried to beat the goaltender Davis, and a terrific save by Davis on our leading scorer.
Face-off win for the Bears, but a shot from the right point is blocked immediately. Here comes Krauseneck in. Drops it off for Borick. Borick banks it down low. Krauseneck heads to her spot there, gets it, tries to backhand it out in front. That gets deflected away. From the left point, Wasik will keep the play alive for Plattsburgh. 16 to go here in period 3, almost 4 minutes gone in this third frame. 4-0 Cardinals on the strength of all their goals being scored in the second period. Here's a chance for another one. Krauseneck waits. Shot blocked. And those two go after it. Down in toward the corner.
The two leading scorers got mixed up there. It was Merrill and Krauseneck dancing there for a little bit.
A world of respect, I'm sure, both ways, but Bears will keep the zone, but no, they will not. Okay, there's the arm up, signaling the potential offside. Now, Plattsburgh guilty of an actual offside play. Face-off will come outside the Bears zone. It's 15:27 to play.
Just a couple of players changing here for both teams. Megan Teachout will stay up there on the forward line. She's had a solid weekend. She's been skating very, very well, trying to get some momentum going in this game here. She had a breakaway early in the game and had a good offensive opportunity here just about a minute and a half ago.
Potsdam will get the puck lifted and play it out to center. Good numbers down the right side for the Bears. It's into the zone, onside apparently. With the Bears, this drop back as it gets to the Potsdam or the Plattsburgh defense. Cardinals work it back in for Olshansky, tipped away from her. Balfour follows up on the play. Goal and an assist this afternoon for her. Taya Balfour, first-year player from Moorestown, New Jersey. Both of these programs searching and recruiting far and wide for the next crop of players to come in, which has got to be a full-time job. Is it in and of itself? Is it not?
Sure it is.
Anymore. There's a beautiful tip and goal number 5 for Plattsburgh.
Good. That was a nice little tip in front. They've been very successful with that tip. That's going to be number 20, I believe, who's going to get credit for that. That's Unsworth. Nicole Unsworth, she's a graduate student, and you look down the lineup here, there's I think 3 graduate students right down the left-hand side there, and not the least of which is a couple of seniors on this club. So this is a team that has some experience out there, and they're very good in front of the net, getting their stick on the puck. Bears have got to occupy those sticks, but that's the 5th goal here, first goal of the third period. And the Cardinals lead at 5-0.
That goal will come as Plattsburgh buzzing again. That will come at the 5:31 mark. That's going to be Unsworth's goal, indeed, assisted by Clara Wall. Or Sierra Wall, rather. So 5-0 Cards, 6 minutes gone by. And Bears look like they're starting to get a bit fatigued as Ellie Zerflu reaches out with that big stick and swats the puck out of harm's way here. Rachel Kane will work it up the left wall into the middle now, overskated by Potsdam's Marindola. Will try to poke it forward again. Gets it inside the Plattsburgh zone before the Cards recover, reset, dump it in on the offside. They'll check up and finish up a line change with 13 and a half to play here in the contest. 5-0 Cardinals.
We were talking earlier about trying to make sure you get to players as quickly as you can to make them do things before they want to do them, and that's what Plattsburgh does so effectively. They get to the speed before Potsdam can make the pass that they intend. They're just, the timing is just is disproportionate here. The quickness of Plattsburgh versus the thinking of Potsdam.
Potsdam in now with Merrill. Tough angle shot. Chopped down in back of the net. Wall first to it for the Cards. Plays it out center, 2-on-2. Led by Mazzata, wide on the left. Mazzata tries to lead it ahead for herself. Broken up nicely on defense by Liv Chambers. Centered, cut off, side of the net. To the near wall. Bears are going to lug it out with Merrill once again. Merrill reaches the Plattsburgh blue line. Penalty coming up to the Cardinals. They touch up. Bears are going to go on the power play here with 12:27 left.
You know, Kaylee Merrill, as she is very strong with the puck on her stick. She's very gifted. She can dangle it and stick handle and shoot it, quick hands and things like that. But she's in traffic there. She was 1-on-3 and being bothered, but she was still able to maintain control of the puck. Good, strong hands, good body protection of the puck, and just a wonderful hockey player to watch.
Megan Teachout looking to win the face-off here for Potsdam, and does. Potsdam on the power play. Just their second of the game, is that right?
Yes.
To the right side, right circle. Work down low. 4 strong, right of center for the Bears on this 5-on-4 advantage. Teachout being hounded, circles with it, maintains the zone, now comes toward left circle, drops it back. Here comes a shot we think it's going to be on goal. I think they were looking for a tip from Holmes. May have gotten just a slight one, but Davis is right there.
Yeah, it went all the way to Davis. Good work by Teachout as she went all the way across the blue line looking for a pass. Almost lost it initially, but was able to get over there, get a drop pass back to the point, and a shot all the way, made it to Davis for the save. Face-off to her right with 1:31 to go in the advantage here for Potsdam.
Face-off win for the Bears. Teachout waits, sends it in front. That's off a couple of legs. Bears will reset from outside of the crowd. Teachout, left circle, looking to work around one. Having a tough time doing so, but finally does. Circles out of the left corner. Teachout looking, has the seam, fires, and that misses high. And now Holmes will have it halfway through the Potsdam power play. Launches one, cut off halfway through, and lifted down the ice.
A couple of pretty good looks for the Bears there as they were. Megan Teachout came around from the corner and got a shot on goal. Thought she was going to give it up to the defensive player. Here she comes in again.
Teachout somehow manages to poke that toward goal. Trying to do it all by herself.
Trying to take this team right on her back and get some energy going. Bears
now
get caught in a change there.
Yeah, they do. Mazzata hustles in on the shorthand bid. Centered, but in behind that player right there, Schmelzer, I think. And here she is again, Schmelzer in back of the net. She runs into a Potsdam player and hauls down the Potsdam player that hit her with no whistle. That was Taylor Swamp.
I think you could have taken either one of them at that point in time. Body contact. Referees trying to keep the clock moving, I think.
I do believe we're halfway now through the second period. Here's a chance for Potsdam. The shot misses high. That was a good ride given it there by Kaylee Merrill. 1 against 2, Krauseneck, as we're back to 5-on-5, 10-minute mark of the third. 5-0 Plattsburgh. Krauseneck dancing through center ice, enters the zone with Calhoun cutting, gives it to her. The secondary not there either. Here's a tertiary drop. Benjamin will give it on a give and go, doesn't get it back. But Cardinals, again, the teamwork is really the most impressive aspect of their game here. Plus, of course, the ability to finish, which they've done 5 times here this afternoon. 2 of those goals on some beautiful tips out front.
Yeah, and again, 40 shots on goal unofficially right here as we're about midway through the third period.
Potsdam outshot last night against Cortland by about a 2-1 margin. It's going to be even worse than that this afternoon as Ellie Zerflew has another save with 9:09 to play.
Yeah, she's been sharp here this afternoon, and she knows she knew what she was going to expect here this afternoon. She's come to play, and she has delivered, no doubt about it.
Face off to Ellie's left. It'll be won by the Cardinals. Wasik, center point, settles it, lifts it toward goal. That's deflected wide. Side of the net, jammed through, played down into the left corner. Quick centering pass there. Comes all the way up to Wasik, center point. Backhanded by Morris down into the corner for Riggy. Riggy back to the point. Bears can't clear. Shot right on. Zerflew another stop.
But you'll notice the Bears are a little more aggressive. They're getting to the puck quicker in this defensive end. They're not, albeit they're not getting control of it, but they're getting there quicker than they did in the second period. No doubt about it.
Kick save by Zerflew on an outside shot. Now Rachel Kane will get the puck on her stick. Skated back into a little bit more open space. That space doesn't stay open for long. It's going to be up the left side and out. That could have been an interference call there as a Potsdam player taken out. But the Cardinals will play it back in. Wall cut it up the middle. The stop again helped out by the official. In the left corner. Cards leading 5-0, under 8 to go. In the contest, Bears are onside. Apparently, Merrill up the middle, gets spun off of the puck. Maybe an interference call could have been made there as well, but it is not. Puck out of play, 7:44 left.
You know, and again, there's one of those questionable plays, and whether it's Kaylee Merrill or it's anybody, when you skate into the middle of the ice, you're skating into 2 players. I see it happen at all levels here, and I don't quite get it. You know, rather than trying to take the player wide, get the defender to shift body weight, then come back and make a toe drag or whatever, or shoot it on goal. But you take it when you skate into 2 players.
And plus, if you're skating right up the middle, that means the goaltender isn't moving either.
Yeah, that's right. And, of course, I'll put my soapbox away for a while here as...
It's okay.
But again, you see it at all levels. It's not, maybe there's something to it that my gray hair won't let me, really understand. But we got a timeout here with 7:26 to go in the third period.
64-33, Potsdam women's basketball wins earlier this afternoon at Oswego as they get the road split this weekend. But unless the Potsdam men start playing some defense against the outside ball, they're going to fall hard at Oswego. They're not yet at halftime. The Bears have given up 55 points to Oswego already.
Where are they? Where's Oswego ranked, and how are they playing?
Oswego near the top, I believe. I can check on that for you. Maybe. Slow computer. Come on now. Anyhow, 5-0 here in the middle of the third period. Actually, about 2/3 of the way through the third. Well, Coach, I know it's not the best equivalency or not the best comparison to be drawing right now, but there have been Potsdam losses against Cardinals a lot more than 5-0.
Well, there have been, and certainly there's time left on the clock. There's things that can happen here, but I am encouraged by the way that Potsdam is playing here in the third period with more energy. They're attacking at Plattsburgh, albeit, like I said, they're not maybe winning some of the battles by getting the pucks, but at least they're getting out there and making Plattsburgh work for it.
Yeah, in fact, Oswego is the top team in the SUNYAC right now at 11-1. So they are shooting lights out against visiting Potsdam right now as they head in toward halftime. Another stop here by Ellie Zierflus. We're back underway, under 7 to play.
Yeah, and Plattsburgh possessing the puck, working for it, having to make plays, and a good clear shot and a good save by Ellie Zierflus.
Ellie will look out to her left. That's where the face-off is. Pushed to the boards. Cards will pick up first. Centered for Krauseneck. Tough angle, so she peels off. Plays it in behind to go for Borick. One-touch centering pass. Taken away momentarily before Zada gets it back and works it down low. Just trying to play it off the boards out of there.
Had a little bit more time than she anticipated. Could have made a direct pass to Merrill, but wasn't able to.
Merrill gets by one, gets by Thompson. Merrill coming in, tied up again. Loses the puck behind her. Teach out, cannot work it free on the trail. Cards bring 2 against 4 as they're making a change. Back into the Potsdam defensive zone. Out to center ice. Hops away from Rebecca Holmes. Cardinals, some good speed on their defensive pairings. They move the puck really quite quickly. Here's a tip ahead for the Bears. On the break down the left side is Keeley Town, tied up behind the goal. Still with her stick tied up, it seems. Well, finally worked away, or maybe she was doing a little holding herself. Schmelzer will have it played in on the offside play right along the blue line. Bears will work it out center and a little bit beyond. As both teams, I think, content enough to play this one out, although the Bears really would like to get on the board. Teach out, toe drag, lost the puck, dumped down low in the slot. Comes out center ice, and we're going to get a penalty here, probably against one of the Bears.
It's going to be a tripping call. It's going to be Kaylee Merrill that goes in on the trip. So 17 in the penalty box. That's not a good place for us to have her with 5:06 to go.
Tripping seems to have been the primary call here this afternoon, right?
Well, you're going to get it in these games. It's probably one of the few things you can do to catch a player is use your stick. Hooking, tripping.
Cardinals on another power play. They've hit twice with the skater advantage. Setting up here, cross ice, Thompson. Sends one in, stopped by Zerflu. Thompson, left point, swings it right, gets it back, center point now. Toward goal, deflected wide right. I think probably off a Potsdam player, and I'm guessing that was Sarah Barrett. Barrett hanging out there, keeping an eye on Thompson as the puck is worked out of the right corner back to the point. Wasik slides it, gets it, settles off her skate, sends it down into the left corner for Morris. 50 seconds into the latest Plattsburgh power play. And there goes Barrett getting a stick on a diagonal cross-ice pass. Played into the corner. Thompson keeps it in. Right side, here's Wasik. Toward goal. Rebound given up. Couple of good saves. Big blast there. Hits probably, I think, Morris, her own teammate, down in front.
Well, if that would have made it to the goal, it would have been a miracle. I think there was at least 8 players in front of the net there. 4 of Potsdam's and 4 of Plattsburgh's. The only one that wasn't in front of the net was the one who took the shot.
Cards get a beautiful centering pass. Nice stop by Ellie Zerflu. Off the bench comes Borick. Flies in, keeps that puck in the Potsdam zone. 22 seconds to go. Center, Norton with an N. Wasik gets it back, left circle, trying to squeeze this zone defense down. Norton again, down low, turned toward goal. Not much on it. Bears will clear. And Bears lucky not to get called for an icing there because the penalty had expired. Yes. Under 3 to play. 5-0 Cardinals.
Close enough to keep the clock running.
Close enough for Jazz. Into the Potsdam zone. Delaney can't get a stick on it. Emily's had I think kind of a tough game here today, individually speaking.
Well, I just think all the Bears have. She's been quiet, there's no doubt about it, but there's that was hit by a hand. They wouldn't call that, I hope. Really, with the exception of Megan Teachout, there really hasn't been a lot of what you'd call good goal-scoring opportunities. I think Kaylee Merrill came down one time on the right-hand side, a little dipsy-do, and maybe got a shot off the goalie. Maybe it nicked the pipe on the way by. But really, all of the Bears have had trouble getting their games going here this afternoon.
Faceoff will come outside the Potsdam blue line at center ice. 2.5 minutes to play. Plattsburgh 5, Potsdam no score. 4 in the center frame, doing it for the Cardinals. Tacked on one more here in the third. As it's played by the Cardinals in on the offside once again. Clock will stop at 2:09 to go. Halftime in Oswego. Men's basketball, Oswego 59 in the first half to Potsdam's 35.
You don't get to be number one for nothing, and I guess we're looking at that same rationale here this afternoon.
True. Good point. It'll be a do-over on the face-off. In the face-off circle closest to the Potsdam bench. Won by the Bears. Let's see if they can advance it out of the zone here. It's not been an easy thing for them here this afternoon. As finally digging it out will be Marandola ahead and finally caromed out. As Merrill will circle back in her own zone. Create some space up the middle, just wide of center. Screen shot. Ooh, glove stop there by Davis. Drops it down side of the net. 1.5 minutes left. Just dumped in. Bears will check up. And change up. As the Cards attack up the middle, play tip in, and change themselves. Perhaps for the final time here this afternoon. Now, Bears with some more big games coming up against league foes. And finding themselves 4 points behind fourth place SUNY Canton right now. So they know what the task is.
Well, there's some good news in all of this, I think, and that is I don't think they play the Cardinals again this season unless it's going to make it into the playoffs. So we'll look at that here by the end of the game here as I roll down the quick look at that, and that I believe that is true. So they've already played the Cardinals one time here. That was back November 12th, and that was an 8-2 loss here back on November 12th. They were number 3 in the country at that time, being Plattsburgh.
One unfavorable thing for the Bears is that they do not meet SUNY Canton again. They are done with them for the regular season, and Canton, the team right ahead of them. So the opportunities to catch and surpass Canton will have to come from some other matchups. We're down to 15 seconds to play in this one. As the Cardinals are going to maintain their position atop the NEWHL standings. As the horn sounds, this game is history. Your final score, Plattsburgh 5, Potsdam 0.
And a much more energized Bears team in this third period. They gave up the one goal. All 4 goals prior to the one were scored in the second period. I thought the Bears played a solid and competitive first period as we left the game at the end of 1 in a scoreless tie. But then it was 2 power play goals that got Plattsburgh going and the Bears back on their heels, and they would score 2 more in the second period. And that really was, that kind of just set the Bears back, I thought they were, I'm not going to use the word lackadaisical because that's not what I mean. I think that what they were trying to do was play a containment game rather than trying to force them to do things. In the third period, they were much more aggressive and trying to force Plattsburgh into mistakes, and I thought that was a better way to play against this team here this afternoon.
So, flashes of good, solid play from the Bears here this afternoon, but when you're going up against a team like Plattsburgh, you know, all the things, well, you mentioned it once, Coach, here, I think during the third period, in terms of there are things you can do in just about every other game that are automatic pass plays, what have you, breakouts and all that Plattsburgh just doesn't let you do.
No, you're not going to do that, and again, there's different ways to attack it. You can play the contain, play the defense, play the defensive posture, wait for your mistakes from the other team. Plattsburgh's not going to give you a lot of those, and so you try to get aggressive and see if you can pop a mistake out of something like that. Ellie Zerflu, bright spot this afternoon. I thought she was terrific. She made some terrific saves. You talked about, 8 goals, 7 goals. There could have been more goals, obviously, if it wasn't for the fine play of Ellie Zerflu. But, I think that when you look at, you talked about Delaney even being kind of quiet here this afternoon, and I think that's what happens when you see you're playing a strong 5-person skating team out there, and maybe Potsdam has the tendency at times to be individual, and the individual isn't going to play against the team very, very well here in a game like today. You got to have five players that can match up against 5 players. So, statistical report here and the game report as the Bears would fall 5-0 here in this afternoon contest against the Cards. The Cards would get their scoring going in the second period. At 1:10, a power play marker, Krauseneck, her 13th of the year, with Maddie Norton and May Olshansky picking up assists there. The second power play marker would come at 4:39. Taya Balfour, her second goal of the year, with Mazada and Wasik picking up the assists. Ivy Borick would get an even strength goal at the 10-minute mark of the second period, Masada and Krauseneck picking up assists. And then the fourth goal of that second period, which we talked about before, it would be Riley Calhoun getting her third of the year at 12:20 from Emma McLean and Maddie Norton. The sole goal in the third period, it came at the 5-minute and 31-second mark. Another even strength goal from Nicole Unsworth. Chiara Wall and May Olshansky would pick up the assist. Shots on goal in the third period, 15-6 in the favor of the Cards for a 3-period game total of 54 shots for the Cardinals and 14 for the Bears.
Face-offs, I'm going to guess, got a little bit better for the Bears in that third period. Indeed, they did, as the Bears do win the third period face-offs 11-6. There you go. Other NEWHL action this afternoon. Morrisville at Buffalo State. After Buff State won their first of the season last night, they are headed to overtime, tied at 2. And Canton about to fall at SUNY Cortland. Cortland up big, 6-0 late in that one.
Yeah, we talked about that. Cortland's legitimate. They're going to be a force going through. And again, we'll mention this. They have a victory over Plattsburgh. So should they work their way around and make it to the championship game, that could be very interesting.
Indeed, it could be. Women's basketball, Potsdam women defeat SUNY Oswego on the road earlier this afternoon, 64-33. The men down big time at Oswego right now, 59-35 as they head towards second half. Potsdam men's hockey tonight on the road at Brockport. 7 o'clock face-off, and you can follow the play of that game as you can with all things Potsdam Bears sports at potsdambears.com.
We're going to be back here next weekend as the Morrisville Mustangs will come in for a 7 p.m. start here on February 3rd. And then it will be another afternoon game on February 4th as the Oswego Lakers will come in for, as I said, a 3 o'clock game. A couple of points that are available on the board on that weekend. So let's hope the Bears can get some going and try to sneak into that 4th spot.
Many thanks to Dan Bronson for helping us along here this afternoon, providing us with up-to-the-date information and up-to-the-minute information. Also, Elijah back at Mission Control, the Mix 96.1 studios in Messina, New York, for engineering today's radio broadcasts. For the Coach John Horn, I'm Warren Potter. Thanks for joining us as the Potsdam Bears fall in women's college hockey to top-ranked in the league, Plattsburgh Cardinals. The Cards 5, the Bears no score. Have a great rest of the weekend, everyone. So long for now from SUNY Potsdam.